Hi and welcome everyone to another video on this channel. Today I'm gonna show you two wildcard drafts for Gaming 28 of Fantasy Premier League, so make sure you stay here. Okay guys, so as you can see from the screen, today I'm gonna show you two wildcard drafts for Gaming 28. Now the first one is gonna be when you want to use your bench boost in Gaming 36, and the other one is gonna be if you want to use your bench boost in Gaming 29. Now obviously there are advantages and disadvantages to both strategies, and you need to pick whatever strategy fits better for your team. Now I'm not saying definitely that you should use your wildcard in Gaming 28, but if you really want to, I think that those two drafts could help you a little bit. Now this site is FPL.team, as you can see from the left corner. If you want to plan your transfer to see how your team is gonna look in the future, I think that this site is one of the best you can use. Now let's talk a little bit about this team. As you can see, my goalkeepers are Jose Sa from Wolverhampton and Dubravka from Newcastle. Now we know that Newcastle are gonna have back-to-back double game weeks. They are not gonna play in Gaming 30 because Crystal Palace lost yesterday in the FA Cup, so he's gonna blank Gaming 30, but you're gonna have Jose Sa who's gonna play in Gaming 30, which is great. The fixtures for Wolverhampton are amazing for Gaming 28, Crystal Palace at home and Watford at home, so that's why, as you can see, I have Sa, Connor Cody and Jimenez. Now I have 0.6 million in the bank, so you can go for Saiz if you want to, you can go for Killman if you want to, but yeah, for the safety I picked Cody. It doesn't matter, you can go for any defender from Wolverhampton you want. I wouldn't go for Enury for example, but it's your decision obviously. Now with Rudiger, you see there is just one feature, but probably Chelsea are gonna double also in Gaming 28 if you don't know already. So let's talk a little bit about what happened yesterday. So Spurs lost to Middlesbrough yesterday in the FA Cup. What that means to FPL? That means if West Ham is gonna lose against Southampton today in the FA Cup, then Spurs West Ham is gonna be played in Gaming 30. Now if Southampton lose to West Ham in the FA Cup, Southampton is gonna play against Burnley in Gaming 30. So whatever happens today in the FA Cup, we're gonna have another fixture in Gaming 30. Spurs against West Ham or Southampton against Burnley. Now for Chelsea to double up in Gaming 28 against Burnley and Norwich, they need to beat today Luton Town in the FA Cup, which is a real possibility, right? So that's why Rudiger is there. As you can see, we don't have Cancelo. I just think that Rudiger in the next 2 or 3 games could be a better pick than Cancelo, but yeah, you can have Cancelo in your wildcard team if you really want to, if you want to go safe. Now Trent, he picks himself, so I don't really need to talk too much about Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's probably the best defender in FPL and he's really essential. Now in midfield we have Coutinho, Rafinha, Salah and Willock. As I said in my other video yesterday, if you really want just a bench fodder, you can go for Ramsey instead of Coutinho, but I just think that Coutinho is the best player if you really want to target this double Gaming 28. Now Rafinha against Leicester away, Aston Villa at home. The fixtures are not great, but Coutinho and Rafinha are great captaincy option from my point of view for this game week. Salah obviously is gonna be in my wildcard team. Now and here we have Willock. He's gonna have back-to-back double game weeks, as I said before. Brighton at home, Southampton away, so the fixtures are not amazing from an attacking perspective. If you don't have enough money, you can go for Fraser. He could be also a great alternative to Joseph Willock. Now in attack we have Jimenez, Broja and Kane for this game week 28. Jimenez with the great fixture. I know that Jimenez didn't play in the last game week, but I just think that he was maybe a little bit rested, so I'm hoping that he's gonna play both games against Crystal Palace and Watford at home. Broja, I know that he blanked in the last game week against Norwich, but honestly he's really cheap. He's surely you're not expecting for Broja to score a hat-trick every game week, and I think that he's the great player. He's the best forward in FPL at that price at least, and there are chances he's gonna play also in Gaming 30, so that's just great for FPL. And as I said before, also Harry Kane can play in Gaming 30, but he's gonna double in Gaming 29, so he's gonna play against Everton at home this game week. He's back in form, Harry Kane, from my point of view. I really like him as a player. You can go for Son if you want to. Now on the bench, as you can see, we have Dubravka, Saka, Tierney and White. Arsenal are gonna double in the next game week, so that's why I have 3 Arsenal players. Now the thing is, as you can see, the bench is really good, so you can make some changes if you want to, but if I was to play for Gaming 28, probably this would be my team. Now let's see how this team is gonna look in Gaming 29, and here we're gonna see why I don't really want to play my bench boost with this team. Now let's change a little bit. Let's change Rudiger and Cody with Tierney and Ben White. Now here you can play obviously Rudiger instead of Rafinha or Jimenez if you really want to. I wouldn't do that, but yeah. So in Gaming 29 you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double gaming players, which is just amazing. You're gonna have White, Tierney and Saka. against Leicester and Liverpool. So the fixtures are not great from Arsenal, but the thing is, if I just bring the fixtures for Gameweek 29, so I can see the fixtures for Gameweek 29, Arsenal, Brighton, Everton, Liverpool, Newcastle and Spurs are gonna double in Gameweek 29. So the problem with bench boosting in Gameweek 29 is I just think that the fixtures in Gameweek 28 are way better than the fixtures in Gameweek 29. So that's my problem with bench boosting in Gameweek 29, because yeah, we're gonna have 3 players from Arsenal, you can have 2 players from Liverpool, you can have even 3 players from Liverpool if you want to, but then there is Brighton who's gonna play against Liverpool and Spurs, so you don't really want to target players from Brighton. You have Everton who's gonna play against Wolverhampton and Newcastle. The fixtures are decent for Everton, but really the only options are Gray and DCL, and with DCL we don't know if he's gonna be fit yet. Now there is also Newcastle and Spurs. Spurs also gonna play against United and Brighton, so the fixtures are not great. We have Kane, so you can't really have 15 double Gameweek players for Gameweek 29. That's what I'm trying to say. Now here we have Dubravka, Trent, White, Tierney with double Gameweeks. That's great. Saka, Rafinha against Norwich, amazing fixture. Salah here, if you don't want to bench boost in Gameweek 29, there's also another alternative. You can use your triple captain on Salah. Now the fixtures are not that great, right? Brighton and Arsenal from an attacking perspective, but it's Mohamed Salah, it's Liverpool. We know that he can do something against them, and we don't know when you're gonna get a better chance to use your triple captain, right? So that's the thing. Willock, Jimenez, Broya, Kane. So I think that you'll pretty much cover with Gameweek 28 and Gameweek 29 with this wildcard. Now let's see the fixtures for Gameweek 30. At the moment the fixtures are not updated, but I can tell you which teams are gonna play in Gameweek 30. So Wolverhampton and Arsenal are gonna play. So we're gonna have 3 players from Wolverhampton, 3 players from Arsenal, so that's 6 players who are gonna play in Gameweek 30. We're gonna have Rafinha, Coutinho, that's 8, and also there are chances Broya or Kane, either Broya or Kane, they are gonna have a fixture in Gameweek 30, either of one. So you're gonna have at least 9 players who are gonna play in Gameweek 30. Obviously, I didn't make any transfer, so if you didn't make a transfer in Gameweek 29, you're gonna have 2 free transfers for Gameweek 30, and you can have, if you want, 11 players who are gonna play in Gameweek 30, which is pretty decent from my point of view. So yeah, this is the first wildcard. Now let's see the second wildcard if you want to bench boost in Gameweek 29. Okay guys, so as you can see from the screen, this is my second wildcard draft for Gameweek 28 if you want to use your bench boost in Gameweek 29 and really attack those double Gameweek players. Now I'm not sure if using your bench boost in Gameweek 29 is the best idea you can do, but the thing is there are advantages, because in Gameweek 29 we know the fixtures, right? And in Gameweek 36 probably that's gonna be a bigger double Gameweek in the season, but we don't know the fixtures, right, for Gameweek 36. So maybe the fixtures are gonna be worse, maybe are gonna be better, but for Gameweek 29 you know what's gonna happen. So that's why maybe wildcarding Gameweek 28 and using your bench boosting Gameweek 29 is not a bad idea, okay? Don't get me wrong. So with this wildcard draft we have Dubravka and Ramsey. I think that this combination of goalkeeper is maybe the best one if you also want to bench boosting Gameweek 29, and also in the future is great because we know that Dubravka is gonna have back-to-back double Gameweeks, right? So you're gonna play Dubravka here against Brighton and Southampton. You can play Ramsey if you want to against Watford, but usually I like to play the double Gameweek players. Now we have 3 players from Liverpool. We know that they are gonna double in Gameweek 29, right? So with Jota could be a nice option, but Luis Diaz is just playing amazing. I know that Luis Diaz is playing in Sadio Mane position at the left wing, but the thing is there's gonna be rotation. Firmino is gonna be back, Diaz is there, Salah, Mane, they have so many options. So if I was to wildcard at the moment, probably I would go for Robertson as my 3rd Liverpool player, and I think that it's worth it to have 3 players from Liverpool because obviously they are one of the best teams in the Premier League, right? So Trent, Robertson and Mohamed Salah. Obviously in defense we have Rudiger for this double Gameweek. So in Gameweek 28 you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players who are gonna double, which is decent. Now I have Target and Willock. So with this wildcard draft I have 0 millions in the bank, so maybe you don't have enough money to afford this team, but obviously you can easily downgrade Target to someone like Cher or Willock to someone like Fraser, and probably you're gonna have enough money to do this team. We have Rafinha, we have Jimenez, Broya, Kane. Now here we're gonna have 2 players from Newcastle, and maybe that's not the best idea going forward, but that's if you really want to attack those double Gameweeks, right? So we don't have so many teams who are gonna double in Gameweek 29, and the fixtures are not great, but Newcastle is one of them. They are gonna have 4 fixtures in 2 Gameweeks, which is okay. Now here we have Jimenez, Broya, Kane, the same as the other one. Saka, Kulusevski, this is different. I mean, I know obviously Son and Kane would be the best combination, but Kulusevski was amazing in the last games, don't get me wrong, so I really like him as a player, and he's a little bit of a punt. If when Lucas Moura is gonna be fit, there's gonna be some rotation, but how Kulusevski is playing at the moment, I just think that he's gonna play good minutes in the next few games. That's why he's in my team, and obviously he's really cheap, so you can buy another player. You can go for Ramsey, but this is a bench boost Gameweek 29, so that's why I prefer having Kulusevski instead of Jacob Ramsey from Aston Villa, because Ramsey is gonna double in Gameweek 28 and Kulusevski in Gameweek 29. So right now this is my team for Gameweek 28. Let's see how the bench boost for Gameweek 29 is gonna look like, right? So here we're gonna have Ramsdale and Dubravka, so we're gonna have two goalkeepers who are gonna have double game weeks. That's an essential thing if you ask me when you want to use your bench boost. Now we're gonna have Trent, White, Target and Robertson. Obviously, instead of Target, I forgot to mention, I would prefer to have Trippier, obviously, instead of Target. He's on set pieces, but I'm not sure if Trippier is going to be fit for this double gaming, so that's why I have Target, but I think that he's a decent option at that price, honestly. Willock, Saka, Salah, Kulusevski, Kane. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players who are gonna double in Gameweek 29, which is really decent if you ask me. So yeah, you're gonna have also Broya in your starting 11, who's gonna have just one fixture, Rafinha on your bench against Norwich, Jimenez and Rudiger. So this is a good bench boost if you ask me, but it's not really amazing, right? So it's not really what I want to. That's why I want to use my bench boost in Gameweek 36, because I want to get as closer as possible to having 15 double gaming players, which is really, it's not that possible in Gameweek 29, because as I said before, Arsenal, Liverpool are gonna double. So we have 6 players from Arsenal, Liverpool, we have 2 from Spurs, and then you have Brighton, which has the fixtures are really bad for Brighton, so that's why I don't have any player from Brighton. And then you have Newcastle, and honestly another thing is you don't really want to have so many Newcastle players for the future, right? So that's the problem. Now here you're not gonna use your triple captain on Salah, you're gonna use your bench boost, and I think that's a decent bench boost. Now here you're gonna have 1 free transfer, so if you really want to, you can sell Jimenez to Wood, but that would leave you with 3 Newcastle player, which is not ideal for the future, but you're gonna have 12 players who are gonna double. And also if you really want to, you can buy a Brighton player. I wouldn't suggest you to buy a Brighton player, but you can do that if you want to. The fixtures are just not great for Brighton. If I look at the fixtures, they're gonna play against Liverpool and Spurs, so you're not really expecting for so many clean sheets, right, against Liverpool and Spurs. So that's why I wouldn't do that, and that's why maybe using your bench boost in this game week is not the greatest idea, but it's a good idea if you really want to and your team needs it, obviously. Now if you go in Gameweek 30, we're gonna have 3 players from Arsenal, we're gonna have Jimenez. So here are the problems: you're not gonna have a really good team for Gameweek 30 if you want to bench boost in Gameweek 29, so maybe you need to take into consideration to use your freight in this gaming, because yes, you're gonna have Ramsdale, White and Saka, so that's 3. You're gonna have Rafinha, you're gonna have Jimenez who are gonna play, but you're gonna have just 5 players who are gonna play in Gameweek 30. Now either of one Broya or Kane are gonna play also, so you're gonna have at least 6 players who are gonna play in Gameweek 30, and depending on your transfers for Gameweek 29 and Gameweek 30, you can get maybe to 8 or 7 players who are gonna play in Gameweek 30, which is not ideal, but is not really that bad. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider leaving a like or subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. It would be really helpful for me and I really appreciate it. And also please let me know about your opinions in the comments down below. See you next time.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.